then that's fine. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to MAICSA Toastmasters Club joint meeting together with University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So before I proceed with this meeting, let us invite our Assistant Surgeon at Arms, Shani, to read the house rule.
Hi, good evening, everyone. So since this one is a Zoom meeting, it'd be great if everybody could turn on their cameras, but I understand that some are facing technical issues, so it's all right. You can turn on your camera when you are speaking or when we're taking photographs. Otherwise, enjoy this meeting. Back to you, Nazirah.
I'm muted. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nazirah, and I'm your Toastmaster of the evening. So without further delay, I would like to invite President of University Malaya Toastmasters Club, Zhi Jun, Presentation Mastery 5, to give her welcoming address.
Hello everyone, welcome to, is it annually? MAICSA Toastmasters Club and Yuan Toastmasters Club joint meeting. Before that, let me share something. There's something I want to share. Hold on. For today's theme, Meet Me Halfway. Meet Me Halfway is like, in this theme, we're talking about Meet Me Halfway is like, meet someone halfway is like, to you and me, two sides of us. Maybe we take a step and then tolerate each other and then help each other together and then to make something a success. Is why meet me halfway or meet you halfway, meet someone halfway, meet everyone halfway is important. Whether in your relationship, whether in your work or collaborating, or even though your personal growth. Great things happen when both sides, you and me, take a step towards each other to make everything a success
Recording
and also
in
maintain
progress.
a good relationship, you and me. Just imagine that if you like talking about want to do a stuff, you have to collaborate with others, and then you have like different ideas, but both you and me like don't want to like communicate well or sit aside, discuss together well to settle this thing. Sounds bad, right? The thing cannot, like your face will win. You'll win at that side, but at last, the thing can't settle. And also, your relationship also broke. It also similar like today's our joint meeting, MAICSA Toastmasters Club and UN Toastmasters Club. To plan this joint meeting, we have like the meet each other halfway, and then we discuss what your things, what do you need, and then what our traditional or something like that to make this meeting a success. And also, just to add on our history, we have also joint meetings with MAICSA Toastmasters Club together since 2021 and also 2023. Laughter is the best medicine. 2024, apparent love is war, because that time is during near the Paris Day. And then for today, our theme is Meet Me Halfway. So hope that our relationship with MAICSA Toastmasters Club can be as well as today, and hope we can meet each other physically in future. With that, back to you. I will call this meeting a start, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Nazirah.
Thank you very much, President Zhi Jun. I could totally relate with you when you talk about how we actually really need to compromise, in meeting a goal or deadlines or something. When we set something, of course, it's not just about you meeting the goal itself. And I do agree with you. We have annual UMTMC and MAICSA joint meeting. So we hope that we could continue this tradition to always have a joint meeting together with University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So ladies and gentlemen, today I've chosen the theme Meet Me Halfway. So perhaps you might be thinking, why did I choose this theme, right? So first of all, I would like to say that I'm pleased to see many familiar faces today and some new ones too. Toastmasters, I feel like, is a place and platform to bring people together, no matter where we come from or what stage our journey on. We're always here together and just have sharing. So meet me halfway. To me, everyone strives for perfection. For me, myself, for example, when I woke up in the morning before I go to work, I always make sure that, okay, everything is at its place, you know? If something is just not at its place, I feel like it's not perfect. I couldn't go to work that day. So, yeah, but the thing is, I couldn't do it alone, right? So I live with my husband. So if it's just me doing it, well, it's just, halfway done. So, of course, in order for us to strive for perfection or to reach perfection, we can't do it alone. No matter how talented, how intelligent, or no matter how hardworking you are, there's always a moment where you need someone else's support. So, okay, for students, think about it. When you were in your college, there was times you would struggle with assignments. For example, it's group of 3, only 2 of them that's working on it, and one of them like don't really do anything. So you just hope that, I don't hope you do everything, but just do your part. So just meet the halfway, just do your part. That would be nice. So ladies and gentlemen, so when we talk about meet me halfway, actually I'm just wanted to encourage everyone here today that when we talk about success or strive for perfection, that there's something that we often left out, which is compromising and also collaboration. Life is not about, solo journey. Of course, we learn faster alone, but we can, work better and achieve more when we share knowledge, exchange idea, and support each other, like and also MAICSA Toastmasters Club today. So I hope that everyone in our life today, from our careers to personal growth, or even in your Toastmasters journey, nobody becomes great alone. So behind every person's success, there's always a mentor, a friend, or a competitor that helps you, to boost you and to encourage you along the way. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that we all become a person that not just taking other person for granted, but also strive for perfection. Just do your own part. If you couldn't do everything, just do your own part, and by that way, you could actually helping others together to achieve same mission and goal. So now moving on, for the benefits of people in Toastmasters Club, I'll just give a little bit introduction about Toastmasters International. So Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization that helps people like all of us here to become communicator and also leader. It was founded in 1924 by Rafi Smedley. So in 1973, Toastmasters International took a significant step by opening the membership to women. So before that, it's only for men. In 1973, it opens for women. So now let's move on to University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So University Malaya Toastmasters Club was chartered on 18 April 2007. Since it's chartered, the club has dedicated to help members to improve their public speaking skills and leadership skills through Toastmasters International Program. University Malaya Toastmasters Club is part of Area W1, District 51, and they have their meeting on 1st and 3rd Monday every 7:30 p.m. at Dewan Kuliah 4 Faculty of Science, University Malaya. But the venue, I think, could be changed from time to time. Depends on the mood as well, depending on their semester's break as well. So please check with the committee members of University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So now, a brief history of MAICSA Toastmasters Club. MAICSA Toastmasters Club was chartered on 12 June 2001. This club has earned President Distinguished Club for 21 consecutive years since Vincent presidential term. We have 14 DTMs, 2 past Division W governors, 1 past Division B director, 2 past Division W directors, 13 past area directors, and 1 current one current serving district director. Am I right? The division. Okay, all right. So now let's move on to the agenda for today's meeting. In today's meeting, there are 3 main segments. So first, we shall have the table topic session, or we call it as impromptu speaking session, whereby the members and guests have equal opportunity to participate, to think on your own feet based on topics provided by the table topics master. So I will encourage every one of you to participate on this segment. Next, we have the prepared speeches, whereby the members will be delivering speeches based on pathway programs. And today, we are fortunate to have 4 speakers, 2 from MAICSA Toastmasters Club and another 2 from University Malaya Toastmasters Club. So I can't wait to listen to all the prepared speakers. Next, we have evaluation session where each speakers will be given feedback on their speeches. Last but not least, not to forget, our very important team of technical role players. So with that, I would like to call them upon to introduce themselves. First of all, I would like to introduce this very sweet person to share with us the word of the day. She's none other than our grammarian today. She's none other than the president of Toastmasters Club, Presentation Mastery 5, Zhi Jun.
Thank you, Nazirah. Hi, everyone. I'm the grammarian of today. As a grammarian, it's my duty to take note of the usage of the word of the day from each speakers, and also take note of the good phrases, good sentence, good words, and also point out the grammatical errors or pronunciation errors, and also perhaps some advices to the audience. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day today is compromise. Compromise, it can be a noun, it can be a verb too. If compromise used as a noun, it means that an agreement in an argument in which the people involved reduce their demands or change their opinion in order to agree. For example, the government has said that there will be no compromise with terrorists. To be a verb, compromise means to expediently accept standards that are lower than is desirable. Example for the compromise in verb is, a Toastmaster would never compromise on the quality of his speech delivered. I will try my best to remind everyone to use the word of the day, and also will give the report at the end of meeting. And back to you, Nazirah.
Thank you very much, Grammarian Zhi Jun. Okay, please compromise with us today as we are going to use a lot of the word of the day, okay? All right. Next on, let's invite our R counter who keep tracks of the fillers in the speech today. I hope he will give me some discount. So let's invite Presentation Mastery 5, Dynamic Leadership 5, Ikhtifar Rafi.
Thank you, Nazirah. At the moment, your crutches are at 5. So remember, I will not be compromising on the R counter, on R counting. So what does a R counter do? Basically, a R counter counts all the the repeated words such as like that, or how in your speech. And at the end of the day, I will give a report when the GE requests it. Back to you, Nazirah.
Thank you very much, our Mr. R counter, Ikhtifar Rafi. I take note, I have 5 pause fillers except now. Now let's proceed with our timer, who is none other than my chingu, my friend Yasmine, grammarian, my friend here, Yasmine, who shall introduce the timing of today's meeting.
Good evening, everyone. All right. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and also the evaluation. I will alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red background. For table topic speakers, the speech should be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green background. 1 and and 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will use the yellow background, and at 2 minutes, I will use the red background. For most of the speeches today, it will be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will use the green background, 6 minutes yellow background, and 7 minutes red background. For the evaluation, it should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will use the green background, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow background, and at 3 minutes red background. So once you see the red background, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. So for those role players who took more than they should for their timing, you will not be compromised by the end of the meeting. Just kidding. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Timer Yasmine. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us invite an important person for today's meeting, who is none other than our Mr. General Evaluator, Presentation Mastery 5, Motivational Strategist 3, Kenny Chia from Affin Toastmasters Club.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Nazirah, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Kenny and I'm from Affin Toastmasters Club, amongst a few other clubs. I'm your General Evaluator for today. So as my role as a General Evaluator, I will evaluate everything that happened before the meeting, during the meeting, up until the point that I present my GE report. So every participant on the agenda, I will give my comments later. I have my team of speech evaluators as well as technical role players, and we will present our reports when called upon at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Now, let the show begin. It's now time to think on your own fixation, and we shall invite our persuasive influence one, Loong to lead us for the table topic session. So everyone, please give a round of applause and invite Chenny. Over to you, Chenny.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the evening, Nazirah. First of all, before I begin with the classic table topics, can I get everyone in this room, those who do not have roles today, can you give me some reaction, please? Those who don't have roles, those who are not speaking today, can you please give me some reaction? Any reaction? Okay. I see some people are giving me cute reactions and pretty cool reactions. All right, we'll begin now. Overreact, I see you. All right. Whenever people talk about table topics, and when Nazirah said to think on your feet, what does think on your feet means? Basically, and what does impromptu speaking, how does impromptu speaking help you in your daily life? So what happens during table topics session is that it trains that muscle, that Grammarian, please excuse me, trains that die have to say something muscle. So when you train this die have to say something muscle, and when you go out, this muscle works really well. I won't say much. Can I have the first volunteer, please? Otherwise, I'll pick my favorite reaction.
Me.
Me, okay.
I'd be honored to be the first one. You're muted lah.
Okay, Inject Saiful.
All right.
Number 1 to number 5. Which number would you prefer?
I leave it to you.
Leave it to me? Okay.
Yes.
That's the best. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So, Inject Saiful.
Yeah.
Healthy compromise requires both people to feel heard. Inject Saiful. Healthy compromise requires both people to feel heard.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we are talking about compromise, it is basically we have give and take. You give some, you take some. And we find the balance. For healthy compromise, where we are targeting for win-win situation. But is there really real win-win? There's always somebody who got the big win and someone who got a small win. And this is where the compromise coming in. In this world, for example, make it very simple. Like I'm with Ikhtifar. I know already Ikhtifar is very handsome guy, a very good bachelor. Now he very somebody already up there. For me, I'm just a lonely guy, businessman somewhere in Puchong, old already. But I can compromise him when he coming to me and talk about what? About girls, about marriage. Because I'm married, he's not. So why I can say that? Because for me, even though I don't like to talk about it, for being married for too long, and he want to talk about it because he's not married yet. So it is where we are compromising with each other to help each other to win each other, because that is what compromise all about. A healthy one that we can accept other people weakness or strength as they are, and we tolerate with them together to find the big win for both of us. So healthy compromise is to accept other people weakness and strength and to accept as who they are, so we can have a very good conversation and find the win-win situation. Back to you, TTM.
Thank you, Encik Saiful. So I guess today the takeaway message from you is that one of the key things in compromising is to be non-judgmental, so that a balanced outcome, you get a balanced outcome after that. Okay, thank you so much. And now, the next speaker, can we invite Elysia Teh as our next table topic speaker?
What number?
Give me some time. My laptop is a bit laggy. But yes, since number 3 is out, so you have 1, 2, 4, and 5.
1.
Elysia, you should be able to see my screen now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Elysia, be flexible. Be flexible, Elysia.
I like the word be flexible because this is who I am. Especially in my clubs. I'm a mommy figure to my clubs. You know, when you take care of your kids, you really have to be flexible. Every of my kids in my club, they have a different characteristic and behavior. The way I show them how I love them is really try to understand their needs and be flexible to accommodate that. For example, I have my member, Amar. He is super sensitive, but he has a kind heart. He loves me very much. But the way he loves me is like, oh, I don't want to disturb mommy that much. If I can be independent, I can do well on my own, I would not be trouble her. Only when I really need her. But he didn't know that. Actually, I like to be troubled. I like to be needed. I want him to come to me. I was glad that in the last meeting, the contest, I had a good time talking to him, and I expressly told him that I want him to come to me. And when he didn't come to me, I feel like, oh, I'm not needed. What happened to me? What happened to my kid? So be flexible is really watch and study the one you love, not imposing what you want on him, and actually be flexibly accommodate their need and make them feel loved. This is, to me, I'm glad that by nature, I'm quite flexible in this sense. And I encourage everyone to be flexible, let go, life is easy. Back to you.
Thank you, Elysia. That was actually quite heartfelt when you mentioned that you're like a mommy figure and how you incorporate flexibility into all of this. I guess everyone needs some form of flexibility in life, whether be it family or Toastmasters family, or when it comes to work. I guess flexibility is something pretty amazing. So thank you for sharing with us today. I think we have time for one last speaker. So this special person, should I pick someone? Or does anyone want to volunteer? Otherwise, I'll pick my favorite reaction that I saw just now. Going once? Going twice? Going thrice?
Yeah.
Can I? Oh, Oi Wah, I'm so sorry. You have a role. Can I pick somebody else? Or would you want to try?
That's why I volunteered.
Okay. Oi Wah, can I pick, since you're a very seasoned Toastmaster, can I pick a random slide for you?
Sure.
Oi Wah, are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Oi Wah, prioritize the relationship, not the outcome. Prioritize the relationship, not the outcome. To you, Oi Wah.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting topic. Prioritize the relationship, not the outcome. Now, how many of us, when you see or hear the word relationship, you always think it must be between a man and a woman? Not quite. Do you know that relationships can be between a lady and a lady and a man and a man? All right? I would look at a relationship as two persons getting together, whether on a job or whether in getting into a relationship, moving further into marriage, like Saiful mentioned. In any form of relationship, even with your colleagues, it needs a lot of work. How it turns out to be doesn't matter. Because if that relationship, like your colleague, is good, your colleague is able to help you at work. If your relationship is good with your fellow Toastmasters itself, they'll be able to mentor you. You don't actually have just one mentor in a club. You have many, many mentors. That's why you need to build the relationship. And the outcome, many a times we want to get together with this person because we want to know what comes out of it. But what comes out doesn't matter. What matters most is how long that relationship lasts. Me and Vincent have known each other for close to 30 years. That shows my age and Vincent's age. But we still stick together at MAICSA Toastmasters Club. Why? Because we favor the relationship and we know we can make wonders, particularly with the young people around. That's why the relationship is more important. Back to you.
Thank you, Oi Wah. You never fail to amaze us all the time. I think it was quite sensitive of you when you mentioned that relationship doesn't only involve a female and a male, but it also involves the same gender. So thank you for being aware of what's going on in 2025 and what's going on around the world. And it's quite, I find you pretty humorous when you accidentally reveal, not accidentally, when you revealed your age and Vincent's age and how you guys have contributed to the club. So thank you. That's the end of, I don't think we have enough time. So I guess that's the end of our table topic session. We will do the voting later. So thank you for participating, and back to you, Toastmaster of the evening, Nazirah.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master Chenny. I hope everyone is entertained by the question, the provoking question prepared by Chenny. I honestly love the question that you gave to Elysia just now, inflexible. Wow, that's a unique question for a table topic, and Elysia tackled it very well. I really love it. And I love all the table topic speakers today and the question provided to them, because it give me like a little bit thinking. If I were the table topic speaker, what would I do? I never know. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed the table topic session. That's how the table topic session is being conducted. If you would like to know more, perhaps you could come to physical meeting to experience a better, an overall experience of a table speaking impromptu. Okay, now let's proceed to the next session of today's meeting. As I mentioned earlier, this meeting is divided into 3 sessions. So this is the time for the second session of today's meeting, which is the prepared speeches session. And today we are fortunate to have 4 speakers. And with that, I would like to ask everyone, are you ready for the prepared speakers? Yes, I could see thumbs up from everyone. So I hope all the speakers are ready with their speeches, because this is one of the most important segments in Toastmasters meeting. So timer, I think she has already mentioned earlier, for icebreaker speech, the timing will be slightly different. The timing will be between 4 to 6 minutes. So 4 minutes green background, 5 minutes yellow background, and 6 minutes red background. So with that, our first speaker for today's meeting is Yong Shin Yin. Yong Shin Yin, who will be delivering her icebreaker speech from Presentation Mastery Pathway Level 1. May I now invite Kenny, General Evaluator, may I now invite her evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Leong Oi Wah, to read the objective of speech to Shin Yin.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. Shin Yin, your purpose in this project is for you to introduce yourself to the club and to learn the basic structure of a public speech. All the best to you. Can't wait to hear your speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Oi Wah. May I now invite Mr. General Evaluator to read the notes to Evaluator.
Okay, thank you. This member is completing her first speech in Toastmasters, and the goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation of her speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, you may choose to only use the notes section and not the numerical score. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. So fellow Toastmasters and friends, now let's put our hands together for Yong Shin Yin with her speech title, Journey as an Introvert. Journey as an Introvert, Shin Yin.
Am I audible? Oh, okay. Girls, say hi to Auntie. Hi, Auntie. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster, if any of you were wondering, that little girl hiding behind her mommy was me. Some found her cute, but for my parents, she was nothing but a headache. Why can't you be braver? It is not that hard to speak to others. Yes, it is. I was screaming, internally, of course. Growing up, I was always the shy and quiet one. I wonder why, until I discovered MBTI, and all my wonders solved. It was the eyes problem. No matter how my results changed over time, whether I was an S or an P or J, the first letter never changed. It is the I, introvert. Despite being an introvert, I once sat up for an English public speaking contest during primary school. It was on impulse. The next moment I realized what I have done, I was already in. My teacher, kind and responsible, trained me well. She taught me everything about public speaking, from vocal variety to body language. Everything was well prepared. Even teachers passing by commented that I was in good shape. However, we forgot about the most important part, which was to practice in front of the public. On the contest day, I walked onto the stage confidently. I adjusted the mic, faced the audience, and stunned. Thousands of eyes were staring at me. I began to panic and tremble. I mumbled all the way through my speech, avoiding eye contact at all costs. My mission changed drastically to ensure no one heard a word I say, and no one was making eye contact with me. To this day, I still remember the speech entitled The Peacock and the Lion, not the two mumbling mice. Years later, I graduated from secondary school and finished my SPM exam. Now, it was finally my turn to enjoy the long SPM break. Yes. My initial plans were perfect. Stay at home and be a salted fish. But sometimes plans don't always go our way. After a while, my mom got bored of what I'm doing at home, so she dragged me out to find a job. Whether it was luck or fate, I ended up working in a restaurant, continuing my journey as an introvert. Stepping into a new environment didn't magically make me more social. Can anyone imagine not speaking for one entire week? Because I did. For the first entire week of work, I spoke nothing. Then, how do I survive? Simple. A smile plus a nod or shake of head never goes wrong. When my manager asks, "Is everything okay?" Me? "Do you need some rest?" Me? "Do you need help?" Again, my signature smile plus a shake of head. This has to be a no. Even funnier, I actively avoid people, especially the staff. I have a designated standing spot at work, which I customize for myself. Whether or not there were customers, I stood there like a statue. Of course, there were exceptions. Whenever intruders came near, which I call them as the staff and the manager, I made my escape. I walked all the way to the other end and stood there instead. If any of you wonder, did I ever spoke at my work? Yes, I did, though it took me a whole month to finally speak. Now, I have entered UM, bringing my introversions with me. Speaking up is still a challenge, but I am learning to navigate it and slowly stepping out of my comfort zone. And that's what brings me here today, joining the Toastmaster Club. I may still be an introvert, but my journey has shown me that being an introvert doesn't mean being silent forever. It is about finding a compromise between who I am and who I want to be. So today, by speaking in front of all of you, I have taken another step forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shin Yin. Thank you for your speech. And here in Toastmasters, we have this, what we call it as a tradition, whereby for a person who delivered, a member who delivered the icebreaker speech, we shall give that person a standing ovation. So please, everyone, perhaps you cannot see me really standing up, but I am. So congratulations to Shin Yin for delivering your icebreaker speech. I'm so impressed with you because although it's your icebreaker speech, but you delivered with such calmness. And just sharing with you, I love the content of your speech because, in fact, I was an extrovert back then, but I became an introvert. I don't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed with the second speaker for today's meeting. We are fortunate to have our member from MAICSA Toastmasters Club, who shall be delivering her speech, Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language under Presentation Mastery Pathway. So today we have Pek Hoon. So before that, may I invite her evaluator, Xiang, Presentation Mastery 4 from Help Toastmasters Club, to read the purpose statement to Pek Hoon.
Sure, okay. Just mic chat. And can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So Toastmaster Ng Pek Hoon. The purpose of this project is for you to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech. And you have chosen to only be evaluated on vocal variety for your speech. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I invite General Evaluator to read notes to Cheng?
Okay, thank you. During the completion of this project, the members spend time developing or improving their vocal variety. About this speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic, listen for how the member uses her voice to communicate and enhance the speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. Use the speech profile resource to complete your evaluation. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hand together and welcome Pek Hoon with her speech title, One at a Time. One at a Time, Pek Hoon.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm pleased to deliver my project title, One at a Time, under Presentation Mastery. Do you agree with me that the title is a very powerful message? For sure, I can resonate that on this, especially our role as the outsourced company secretary, tasked with various duties to a range of clientele, in addition to also handling extracurricular activities as a family figure to our spouse or married couple or parents and children. In the past, I did whatever tasks needed without thinking much about planning and not even compartmentalize my tasks accordingly. Sometimes I even drag my feet and procrastinate to complete all. This affected me emotionally when I had to rush the jobs at the last minute. Hence, I became very stressed over it. My family members can definitely vouch on my well-being when I get stressful. To quote an example, in 2012, when my son was sitting for his UPSR exam, and I was saddled with an investigation case, I told myself I had to compromise my time with the family due to the call by the authority, by the lawyers, by the client, and also my duty as to my employer. So long and short of it, it was a very stressful journey. But given time, if now I reflect back at that time and now, how did I handle then and now? It would have been differently with my experience. So over the years, with life experiences and learning from mistakes, without realizing of the thought, one at a time, I am now confident to say that I am able to segregate my tasks according to my priority needs. I feel a sense of satisfaction when I accomplished each goal, be it on the personal or career life. Interestingly, I Googled and researched, what does it mean by one at a time? What a surprise! I came across an image of a person stepping up on 8 steps one at a time until he reaches the top. A question was shown. Which step have you reached today? In short, we may experience every of the 8 steps with questions like this before we can even reach the top. So I have a staircase here. I was actually contemplating walking each step as I shared the question with you, but I think for the benefit of the layout, I think I better not step now. Yeah, that's just in case I fall down. Okay, step 1. Going 8 steps. So step 1 to step 8. Definitely I said, I won't do it. It's too difficult. What about step 2? Still, I can't do it. Still a long way. Now, going to step 3. I should think that I want to do it. Now, you are already on step 3. What about going to step 4? Because we have 4 more steps to go. How do I do it? Now, going to step 5, I will try to do it. By the time you're at step 5, you already mentioned, I will try to do it. Now, step 6, definitely you can do it. 6, 7. By the time you're at 7th step, you will do it because you already reached the top, which is step 8. I did it. So here I would like to outline the strategy to the motto, one at a time. We must also create a challenge to test whether we have the appropriate attitude and that we will not quit at the first indication of adversity. Number 2, take a big breath and move forward with determination to keep going step by step at a time. Remind ourselves, I only have to finish this one. I am not ready to quit. Be determined to continue one more step and keep moving on. Don't give up after the first couple of difficult moments. In conclusion, every step beyond the initial struggle strengthens our willpower, shapes our experience, and paves the way for future success. The challenges we face do not define us. Our response to them does. So take the first step, keep moving forward with perseverance and the right mindset. No challenge is too big and no goal is out of reach. The path to success is built step by step, one at a time. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pek Hoon. I really love the message of your speech. I feel your speech like a reminder to all of us that with the right attitude and determination, we could move forward step by step. So what we need to do is just focus on our next step and trust that we will get there. So thank you very much for your inspiring message. I really love that. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed with our next speaker, who is none other than I believe he is the VPE of University Malaya Toastmasters Club, Elven Qian. So with that, can I invite the evaluator, who is none other than Oli Lim, to read out the purpose statement to Elven.
Right, thank you, TME. The purpose for this project is for Elvin to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspire others and to inspire all the audience. All the best to you, Elvin.
Thank you very much, Oli. May I invite Kenny to read out the notes for evaluator?
Okay, thank you very much. The member needs to present a speech that inspires the audience. The speech content should be engaging and the speaker entertaining or moving. The speaker should be aware of audience response and adapt the speech as needed. If the member appears to be talking at the audience instead of interacting with them, he or she is not fulfilling the goal of the speech. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Everyone, our third speaker for this evening is Alvin Chan Kai Sing, who will be delivering speech in Inspire Your Audience from Dynamic Leadership Pathway Level 3. So now, let us put our hand together and invite Alvin Chan with the speech title, Relentless Pursuit, Defying Odds. Relentless Pursuit, Defying Odds. Alvin Chan.
Thank you, Master Nazri. Just give me a moment. I just want to try out my screen. Am I audible? Can you hear my screen?
Can
you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen, right? Just give me a moment. Let me try something.
okay.
Okay, thank you, Master. For ice-breaking questions that I would like to ask the audience, have you ever worked tirelessly to achieve a goal? I believe most of you have tried before, and it could be a lot of reasons. For example, career, academic, personal growth, relationships, project, competition, or even hobby. And for me, it all started with one reason. When something truly matters to you, you will find yourself working hard for it. And I believe in this quote a lot, as I know that when people want to do something, they will work hard for it if it's important enough for them. So it all begins with my story, where I would like to share one story of mine that is related in my last semester, that how I worked tirelessly to pursue something that I have never imagined that I would have successfully gained. It all begins with in year 1, Sem 2. I was running for a youth leadership program, basically, as you guys know as YSF. You guys can know it as YSF. And we have 10 weekly meetings, which each occupied 2 hours per week. So we actually contributed quite a lot just for meetings itself. And we have done a lot of case study and brainstorming for the event itself. It turns out that the registration numbers were only 20, which truly disheartened our morale because we have worked so hard, but the people who registered for the event were merely 20. And so we were quite dismayed. And I make a decision where I applied to be higher role in YSF. So I became the director of YSF, and as you can see, this is my interview results. So I basically passed the interview result, and I became the director of university relations, or you also know it as external relations. So soon after I was onboarded as the director, I reflect on what we could have done better the next time in order for us to upskill our event and perhaps attract more audience. So I identified 2 bottlenecks in our event. The first one is weak branding, those who in attractive key activities. The next one is low profile speakers in panel discussion. So I just want to ask the audience, despite I cannot see your reaction, how many of you usually get attracted by one event is because of their panel discussion speakers? If yes, perhaps you can type a 1 in the chat box. I myself would also get attracted if the panels is somebody that I really admire or from some big corporates. So as a director of external relations, what can I do? I soon come up with solutions. In order to enhance our brand awareness, I got to achieve what others haven't achieved. And it sounds quite cliche, but this is what I did. I contacted a lot of companies for industrial visit. As you can see on the right, on the upper left is IGM. I've contacted IOI. I've contacted PwC. I've contacted Tesla as well. I contacted actually 8 of them, which I just tried and error, and I have no clue whether they will reply. Luckily, that Tesla replied me with Miss Yin that I would like to appreciate a lot, that she is okay and she's willing to do an industrial visit for Isaac in University Malaya. So this is what we have done, and it is really something that I felt proud of because throughout my university journey, I haven't seen any clubs in UM to secure Tesla industrial visit. And Tesla for me itself, Elon Musk is somebody that I truly admire. The way that he works and the work ethic that he has is something that I really look up to. And so securing Tesla industrial visit means a lot to me. Next is after securing industrial visit, which is key activities, what can I do next in order to upskill my event? I soon realized that if I were to enhance the brand awareness, perhaps I can target on panelists. However, there are a few bottlenecks regarding to panelists. The first one is, what kind of panelist profile can I find or can I approach in order to secure more registrants. Country head of big companies, but are they even bothered to reply to a university student? You might have a dream, oh, you want to welcome like Microsoft CEO to Malaysia, or you want to welcome, or perhaps you want to invite, let's say, Bill Gates to Malaysia for your talk. But whether would they want to reply you, that's another story. And of course, I know the tricks also. So I don't know, but let's give it a try. Why not? So I contacted a lot of people. First, I contacted director at PwC Malaysia, vice president at Shell Malaysia, Shell country chair, PwC Asia Pacific, and in fact, Mr. Sri actually replies to me, just that he couldn't make it to the panel discussion. I also contacted Qian Liang and also Mr. Yao Xiongling. But nonetheless, even more upset, I contacted the CEO of TikTok, which I truly dream big, even though I know I kind of predicted that he wouldn't reply me, and why should he? But as I predicted, most of them actually ignore my request, and I still got to find. But deep down in my mind, I know that I only needed a few of them to reply. In order to have, because I only need 5 panelists, so to have 5 of them, I actually can leverage on each of their profiles. So something good happened eventually. First is one of the tax director at Deloitte and senior vice president of MPRC actually replied to my message, which I am truly grateful for them. And other than that, I also couldn't imagine that one of the speaker, I can contact them. I was able to secure their spot in my panel discussion, and he is none other than Mr. Michael Hu, which is the country head of customer engineering, Google. So he actually replied to my message, and I was really shocked when I had him to attend to the panel discussions, because Google is a very well-known company, and country head of Google actually means something to the audience. And because of this, we were able to secure a lot of registrants. So this basically is the profile of our panelists. We have 5 of them, with one of them is our senior lecturer. And as you can see, maybe one of the good things here is you see the moderator is actually my name, because I couldn't secure moderator. Usually moderator is secured through Isaac alumni. However, none of the Isaac alumni actually replied to my message. So my vice president just asked me to go and moderate nicely, and I was given a chance, which I think when some things did not go your way, it opened up another window to you. And that actually meant to me, because this is my first time being a moderator, to have the honor to moderate Mr. Michael, as well as some other high-profile speakers. So this is actually a picture of us moderating. I was very nervous, and I was looking at my tablet preparing for the next questions. And these are them actually very chill, because they had quite a lot of experience in answering panel discussions. At the end of the day, what our team achieved was 104 registrants, which recorded a 400% growth. So you can try to imagine from a team to only have 20 members up to 20 registrants up to 104 registrants is something truly meant to me, because I felt like I've achieved something. In fact, the number isn't really important to me, because the proudest thing that I gain isn't securing high-profile speakers or high number of registrants, but actually the team that have been very supportive throughout my journey. So throughout my journey, I adopted one of the most important things, which is the mindset of persevering through challenges while striving for ambitious dreams. And this is what I gained personally, and I hope this story inspires you. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow.
Fantastic. Oh,
Thank you very much, Elvin. I'm so impressed with your story. I couldn't stop smiling, because I was thinking that that's such big goal that you have. For some people, it's something that, oh, I can just plan this and imagine to do this, but you actually, act on it. So that's why you managed to have everything in place. So that's really well done. So everyone, please give a round of applause to Elvin, please. That's wonderful, wonderful effort. So good job to you, Elvin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any time, let's proceed to the last speaker for today's meeting. He's none other than Chin Jun Hong. So he will be delivering his project under Manage Change under the pathway of dynamic leadership. So with that, may I invite his evaluator, Mohamed Kusairi, to read the purpose statement.
Hello, Chin Jung Hong. So today you are doing a project, Manage Change. In this project, there are 2 things that I will be compromising today, which is your purpose project, the purpose of your project, The first one is for you to practice developing a change management plan. And the second one is for you to share some aspects of a change management plan. And back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Kusairi. May I invite General Evaluator to read notes for Evaluator.
Thank you. During the completion of this project, the member developed a change management plan about any real or hypothetical change in his or her past or a current change that affects a group that he or she is a part of, including the Toastmasters Club. About this speech, the member will give specific information about the plan. The speech may be any type, including humorous. It should not be a report on the content of the managed change project. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, our General Evaluator, Chia. Everyone, let's invite Shin Jun Hong with his speech title, Annual Club Alignment. Shin Jun Hong with his speech title, Annual Club Realignment. Annual Club Realignment, Shin Jun Hong.
Fellow Toastmasters, have you heard of the word called realignment? Non-Toastmasters related, please raise your hand. And if you were a district or are a district officer, have you heard of the club realignment activity? Raise your hand. Now, this realignment activity is an annual assessment of all the performance of the club based on their past performance and also what did they achieve. And this change is basically based on two things that were seen by the district. First, by club size and strength. Secondly, by the location proximity, so the area directors are able to effectively provide service because they don't have to drive too far between the clubs. Now, why club realignment? There are three objectives that we are looking into. First, we expose the clubs to different neighbors and build new relationships. Imagine MAICSA Toastmasters Club. Previously, you were with UM, FGB, and MIA. But this term, your neighbors have all changed to nearby you, which are BASF, BHP, and Speaker Stream. At this point, you will need to build new relationships. Secondly, this is to allow area directors to travel a shorter distance when it comes to club visits. Third objective, a balance of portfolio so that all the area directors and the division directors get to have equitable learning opportunities. Keyword, equitable, not equal, because somehow it is the same, but the most important thing is it is similar and all of us get to learn something at the same time. Now, I would like to put all of you in this one scenario. You are now arranged into a new hostel with new roommates. How would you feel? Normally, your reactions would be, I'm so excited, I'm going to make new friends. And secondly, I feel sad because I just had a housemate for past one term, and now I have to know new people again. Or maybe the third one, I have to step out from my comfort zone after knowing all these people again. Now, with these feelings comes obstacles that we can identify. The first obstacle would be from individuals. Now, the individuals might not understand the rationale behind the club realignment. What can we do? We address to them privately, and if it's a collective opinion, we can gather it together and come up with something called frequently asked questions to address it to everybody. Should it come with a group of people or a club? We explain to them the dynamics of the area and the future benefits which the club realignment can bring to you. With this, I can come up with a few solutions when it comes to obstacles. First, when we first announced, just like the finance minister announced new tax rates, a lot of noises, a lot of complaints. Give them time. Allow time, because time is for them to digest and calm down before further discussion. When we are all heated up, nothing's going to be fruitful. Secondly, negotiation, whereby a certain level of compromisation is needed in order to accommodate each other's needs. First, we allow people or clubs to address their concerns. For example, unfamiliarity. How do we help them? Perhaps we can have one club which they are familiar with to stick with them to another area so they feel, oh, I have someone that I'm familiar with. That's an existing housemate, which I don't have to be scared of. Or secondly, the nostalgic feeling of sticking to one area in one division. They might think what we can do is we can always remind them, you can always remain connection with your past relationships and always welcome new relationships, because who knows, you get to know a lot more new people and new talents along. When all these are addressed, allow me to tell you the timeline for this club realignment communication plan. In the mid-March of 2025, very near, we will ask the districts for the proposed realignment plan. This is to allow us to have a picture of what the district is going to do and how do we communicate accordingly. Secondly, until the end of March, we allow concerns to be addressed by each individual and clubs or stakeholders in this case. At the end of March, we plan to collect all the feedbacks and have discussions privately or publicly. On 29th of March, we will specifically have a division council meeting whereby the area directors, my council members, as well as all clubs, presidents and vice president educations get to be in a meeting together, address the concerns and have discussion. On the 5th of April, this will be the deadline for us to finalize the alignment plan and submit to the district. Last but not least, on the 19th of April, where the district council meeting 2 will happen, we will propose the finalized proposed plan to the district and get it passed through the district council. Well, to wrap this all up, as everyone says, change is the new constant. Same as the realignment plan, where change happens. While we move on together, for the benefit of the whole district, clubs can still continue their relationships with their soon-to-be ex-neighbors. Secondly, allow new people or neighbors to come in so you can expand network and get more role players in this case. So this is to also help everyone in the district to form a more cohesive environment while learning to adapt to changes, and relationship and resource management, where you can get to know more people around so you can know who can be the new mentor, who can take this particular role, and especially for VPEs, you get to know who to get for your general evaluators. Change, I don't think it's a bad thing, but how do we communicate it is the key. That's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Jun Hong. I think that's a very great insight for you, talking about annual club realignment. I think it's a smart way and also a good way for us to strengthen ties with neighboring club, welcome new clubs, welcome new people into Toastmasters, also to build a more connected community, I believe. So thank you very much for sharing with us about managing change on annual club realignment. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all for our prepared speeches session. Jun Hong was our last speakers. Today, we are fortunate to have these 4 courageous speakers from start. We have the icebreaker speech from Shin Yin, about her journey as introvert. Then we have Hoon talking about one at a time about her journey as external company secretary and taking steps one at a time. Then we have Elven talking, inspire us about his relentless pursuit and how he's having all these big names. And last but not least, we have Jun Hong talking about the annual crowd realignment, something that closely relates to us as Toastmasters. So I hope you remember all the speakers. Why? Because you will need to vote for the best speakers later on. But the vote is not ready yet, so I'll announce once the poll is ready. So without wasting any time, let us take a group photo. So may I invite everyone to turn on your video so that our ASAA could help to take a group photo. Right, our J is here. Okay, evaluators, are you ready? It's evaluation session. Okay, I could see evaluator 1, evaluator 2, evaluator 3, evaluator 4, evaluator 5. All right, case. Hi everyone, welcome back. We are now into the last segment of our meeting. I shall have the pleasure to pass the control to our general evaluator to preside over the evaluation session. Tonight, we are honored to have Presentation Mastery 5, Motivational Strategies 3, Kenny Chia, to do the honors. Over to you, Kenny.
Thank you so much, Nazirah. Okay, let's just go straight to the point. Okay, let's start with the evaluation of table topics. May I invite our table topics evaluator, Toastmaster Harshini. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible for everyone? Okay, thank you. So I'm Harshini and I'm the Table Topics Evaluator of the day. So for the first table topics by Toastmaster Encik Saiful, who talked about healthy compromise requires both people to feel heard. Now, what I really liked of your speech, right off the bat, you instantly went off with the speech. And for a topic like this, people usually take their time to think first, but you did not. You immediately went off and you definitely did not compromise the quality of your speech. The second thing that I liked the most was the tone variety and hand gestures you made throughout the speech, especially when you were highlighting the difference between a big win and a small win when it comes to compromising. If I were to suggest anything to bring your speech to the next level, I would suggest to ensure the ending of your speech is not as rushed as it was just now. Maybe it was the lack of time, but for me, I felt that it was a tad bit rushed, and with the topic and how you were going on, I would have loved it to be a bit longer. So overall, it was a great speech with the right hand gestures and so on. To improve it, I would suggest to have a more elaborate ending. Now, moving on to speaker number 2, Toastmaster Elysia Teh. So, Toastmaster Elysia, again, it's an honor to meet you again from our last meeting, just that our roles are reversed this time. And your topic was be flexible. And I really loved how heartfelt and passionate your speech was. It was emotional and you were telling a story. I also loved how you related the topic be flexible with yourself and told the story from first-person perspective. You put yourself in the position and gave examples with how you handled being flexible in your Toastmasters club. And if I were to suggest anything to bring it to the next level, I would say that I would have loved to have a general closure at the end of your speech, as I loved the story and how you was telling it. But when I heard the end of your speech, what I felt is I wanted to hear more. I wanted to hear more of the story. And I would have loved to have a general ending, a closure of sorts, to remind me, okay, this is the ending of the speech and this is the ending of the story. So overall, it was a passionate and heartfelt speech. a speech that directly correlated with yourself, how you put yourself in that. And to improve it, I would just say to have a general closure to the story. Finally, moving on to the third speaker, Toastmaster Oi Wah, who talked about prioritize the relationship and not the outcome. First and foremost, I really love the examples you gave with it, how you clearly define what is a relationship from your eyes and did not go with the norm of what people generally think of a relationship. And you gave it with such great clarity as well. The second thing I loved was how you engaged with the audience by referring to the relationship between Ikhtifar and Minkang from how it was put in the text. Most of the times, the texts go unnoticed in the online speech session, but I loved how you noticed it and went on with it. And to give a bit of suggestion, I wanted to hear more of the outcome, as most of the speech touched on how about relationships and how to prioritize them. And I would have loved to hear more of the outcomes. And to conclude, I said I love your speech. It had great examples. And clearly, you had your audience engaged all over the speech. And to improve it, I would love to hear more of the outcome rather than just the relationship. And that's all from me for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Harshini. Overall, I really love your evaluation. Now, it's not easy to evaluate so many speakers in such a short span of time, but I personally felt that your evaluation was encouraging, it was positive and uplifting, and I'm sure if I was the speaker, I will feel very motivated to attempt more table topics in the future. Well done to you. If I can just give you one humble suggestion, which is that for each of the strength and area for improvement that you highlight, always remember 3 questions in mind. One is the what, the how, and the why. Right? So make sure that you answer all these 3. For example, when you talk about, let's say for Encik Saiful, you talk about the tone, right, and the gesture. So why are gestures important? Just elaborate a little bit. Add 1 or 2 lines to elaborate that when you have purposeful gestures, it actually brings your story to life. Example, right? So it will actually make the whole evaluation even more complete. For the area for improvement, elaborate more on the how. How can the speaker incorporate your feedback into his or her speech? Then the speaker will know exactly what to do the next round. Overall, I thought that all the 3 table topic speakers were very, very strong. If I can just offer one humble suggestion for all, is that to provide more description, so that when you describe your personal story, give more context that we can actually visualize what is happening in your story, right? The characters that were involved, what is happening in the scenario that you're in, so that you can bring us on a journey, right? And then finally you end with your message. Okay, great job, everyone. Okay, now let's move on to the first speech evaluator. May I invite distinguished Toastmaster Oi Wah, who will be evaluating Yong Shin's icebreaker speech. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Oi Wah.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, Confucius rightly said that a journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. And I must congratulate Shin for taking this first big step to do her icebreaker speech. Shin, I found your icebreaker speech this evening really, really very entertaining. Why? Because first thing is, I love the smile that you gave to us when you approached the screen. I like especially how you began with explaining. The title of your speech was already part explanatory, Journey of an Introvert. And you began with explaining the INFP personality. That's very good, because I saw comments coming on through the chat on how some of the members here could relate to it. This is the first time I hear about INFP, and I do more research on it. But that was a very good attention grabber. I also like the way you use conversations in your speech, because that gave you vocal variety. You had very good hand gestures to bring your speech to life, especially the part where you said, I adjusted the mic and I look up at the audience. So that gave impact. Another plus point is your use of self-depreciating humor. The part that you talk about stay at home like a salted fish, that really gave impact. I also like the fact that you used a powerful technique of holding the audience attention with this humor. It made the audience, especially me, want to listen more from you. I also like the fact that you knew the structure of a good speech. Attention grabbing, opening, 2 stories that you have, and then your conclusion. Like all good speeches, there's always probably 1 or 2 things that you could improve on. And I felt I might compliment your strengths that you have already have to make this speech better. 1, you could try using the very dramatic pause. This would give greater impact, particularly when you talked about adjusted the mic, look at the audience, pause, 3 seconds. That has a better impact, all right? The other thing is, in terms of the anecdotes that you had 2 anecdotes. I felt that you shouldn't compromise on the timing of both the anecdotes. Give them sufficient share of time. You actually spend a lot more in your second story about your job, yeah? All in all, congratulations on a job well done. Please go on to your next speech. Just ensure that you use the pause, give sufficient timing in terms of your organization of speech, and you will be better in the next one. All the best, and I look forward to your next speech. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Wow, that was a fantastic evaluation. Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Oi Wah. Okay, so this is precisely a demonstration of what I just shared earlier, whereby when you identify a strength and area for improvement, always remember the what, how, and why. And distinguished Toastmaster Oi Wah really quoted specific examples from the speech. And for the area for improvement, she actually demonstrated to the speaker how it should be done, right? So I only have one additional comment to supplement to your what already very solid evaluation is for sorry, can you on the light, please? Okay, which is that probably when the speaker ends the speech, it was to me it was a little bit abrupt. So perhaps the speaker, Shin, you can end with a message for the audience. Okay. Now let's move on to the next speaker. May I invite Xiang to evaluate Big Hoon's speech. Over to you, Xiang.
Okay. Timer don't start yet. Don't start first. Okay. Hopefully I won't go overtime. I want to practice for my contest. Hopefully I don't go overtime. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So first, let's take a moment to congratulate Pek Hoon on delivering her speech one at a time. She took on the challenge of the Level 1 Introduction to Vocal Variety project and presented a well-structured, thoughtful speech. This project focuses on the use of vocal variety to enhance communication, and I want to congratulate her that I believe she has reached her purpose statement. And she demonstrated a very strong foundation in some key areas, which I will explain. One of the most commendable aspects of her delivery was the volume control. She effectively amplified her voice for some moments. For example, in the past, she's emphasizing the word in the past, telling you that she's going to tell something that happened in the past. And stepping up, telling you she's going to tell you the story, how to step up.
This variation not only added depth and clarity, but also guided the audience's attention to the important points. Another notable strength I want to say is her use of pauses. In public speaking, silence can be just as powerful as words. And she leveraged this effectively by, when she said, there was one that she was telling her story, she said, da 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 da, when I get stressful. Then she paused for a couple of seconds, I believe 2 seconds or 3, and before continuing with, there was once, and she go on with her story. This deliberate pause created an anticipation and allow us, the audience, to reflect, to digest what she said, and stay engaged. And also one thing, that her speech rate was well paced, not too fast and not too slow, and with a very clear pronunciation that helped us to very easy to follow her speech. And here are some areas for enhancement from my humble opinion. While her volume control was effective in certain moments, increasing the frequency of the variation throughout the speech will have further enhanced the engagement. By applying dynamic shift more consistently, she could sustain audience interest from the start to finish, like what I did just now. Additionally, while her speech rate was clear and controlled, it became somewhat monotonous over time. So in a more intentional shift in pace, speeding up for excitement and slowing down for dramatic effect. All this would create a more dynamic and captivating experience for the audience. Her speech had clear strengths, particularly in volume control and effective pauses. And by refining her pitch variation and varying her speech rate, I believe she can elevate her delivery and her speech to the next level. With all this, I have no doubt she'll continue to captivate us more and grow as a Toastmaster. Thank you.
Wow, well done, Xiang. This is the first time, honestly, I've heard a full evaluation focusing purely on vocal variety alone. Usually, I hear evaluators, they like to mix points. As long as they cover vocal variety, they will add in some other elements of perhaps the content of the speech. But yes, you really evaluated based on the project. So well done to you.
Sorry, can I mention? Because I believe that the evaluation was only focusing on vocal.
Yes.
So I was only talking about that.
Correct. Yeah, so that's why I complimented your.
Okay, thank you.
It was really in accordance to how the speaker would like to be evaluated. If I can just offer, okay, this is off the project. If I can just offer a couple of suggestions for Peck Hoon. I noticed, this is nothing to do with vocal variety, but I noticed that you were reading. So your eye contact, a lot of times you're looking down at the paper. I know you're reading because I saw a piece of paper. So perhaps for future speeches, you can rehearse more and reduce your reliance so that you can actually focus more on engaging the audience with your eye contact. And I think that will also help in your vocal variety as well, because otherwise you'll be like literally reading the text. Okay, so that's one. And secondly, I think that you can improve the facial expressions a little bit when you're talking about the times that you were very stressed, your son was sitting for UPSR and things like that. Because during that time when you're talking about struggle, you are smiling. So I was unable to feel how stressed you were, So you can want to bring us on this emotional variety by basically having this facial expressions to synchronize with your voice so that you can express the emotions even more. Okay? All right, great job. Now, let's move on to the next evaluator. May I invite Oli, who will be evaluating Elven's speech. Over to you, Oli.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I have the pleasure to evaluate Elven at its speech that in many ways has been truly inspiring. And first and foremost, let me just highlight how remarkable Elven is for his confidence and his determinations in reaching out to prominent leaders, players, moderating a discussion and turn it into a successful event. And that kind of fearless energy, it's somehow very contagious and sets a powerful example for all of us. Now, regarding Elven's delivery, Elven have asked me to focus on a few of his areas. The first is on the usage of slides and transitions. Elvin, you utilize them well. However, I personally felt that you can also utilize them economically. When your audience is fully engaged in your words, then it really need for you to also show the transcribe on the slide itself. So that compromise the attentions of the audience here. So instead, consider using powerful image, use minimum texts, and probably deepen your spoken messages than repeating it. So that would keep everyone focused on your speech, right? In terms of making you talk, even in a more inspirational, I would suggest you to bring us closer to your emotions journey. You mentioned about visiting Teslas, you mentioned about getting multiple industry leaders to say yes, but let us feel the nerve, the rush, and the high time you experience throughout these moments. Probably describe also your thoughts that crosses your mind, right? The voice inside your head. So how you manage to overcome that. So if you bring us to a roller coaster ride, then it inspired and it reveals your genuine emotions in one way or another, right? And your story would eventually becoming more relatable and becoming more memorable. So another one point is in terms of your vocal tone and probably on the pacing, slow down when you are highlighting a certain key points that help your audience to digest your message, as well as utilize the pause. So when you use the pause, that captures everyone's attention and help them to compose their message inside, and that would able to kind of make the speech more impactful, like what Oi Wah has just shared. No, all in all, I find that you have already done a very fantastic job. You have approached, at such young age, you have approached top leaders. You have managed meaningful conversations through your moderations, and it kind of shows where your path is going to head through. Certainly very inspiring. Few pointers for you to take note is probably do more personal sharings, minimize the words, use your slides more economically, and you would able to take your speech to another level. Keep it up, do the great works, and continue to inspire us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Oli, for that very insightful evaluation. I think probably the only feedback I have for you as the evaluator is perhaps to give more strengths. The strengths are very, very brief. It's just about confidence, determination. While I do agree, perhaps to make it a more balanced evaluation, give maybe minimum 2 strengths and elaborate on them before you go into the areas of improvement. Now, just to supplement what you have shared, which I fully agree, in my humble opinion, there were too many slides. Okay, I think there were more than 40 slides, and a lot of them contain the transcript of the text, the speech itself. So I think some of those are actually not necessary, because a senior Toastmaster once taught me last year, okay, that basically the star of the show has to be you as the speaker. Do not let the slides distract the audience attention from you. The audience need to focus on you as a speaker, right? So when you have too many slides, and especially when the slides has too many words, and some of the pictures, example, the extracts of emails, were not legible. So they tend to be a distraction, right, from the audience to focus on you. Second thing that I would like to highlight is that because this speech requires you to engage the audience, while I did notice that you did try to engage by asking the audience to key in 1 or 2 into the chat box, there was no response after that. So perhaps you can respond a little bit, pause for a little while, let the audience type in the 1 and 2, and then you say, yeah, I see a lot of 1s here. So a lot of people agree with this statement, for example, right? So you can grab the audience attention even more, right? By just pausing and responding to the audience. Or another way is to ask people to raise their hands. Yeah, up to you. And other than that, perhaps an additional point I can add on was that the message was actually very, very short. Try to have an equal, in terms of the weightage, right? In terms of the components of the speech, the message actually is the most important part of the entire speech. So I would suggest that you allocate easily up to a minute to drive home the message. What is the message you want your audience to remember? And what do you want them to do with your message? Because the audience have invested 7 minutes of their time to listen to your speech. What do they do next? And that is the most important thing, right? So something for you to consider for your future speeches, to have a good weightage on each component and allocate, I would say, 1 minute for your message, right? But overall, I was inspired because you have achieved a lot for such a young age. I definitely have never done such a thing when I was like 20 years old. Yeah, so well done to you. Okay, keep on going and keep on inspiring. Now, let's move on to the final, or not the final evaluator, okay. The next evaluator for Jun Hong. May I invite Mohamed Kushairi to evaluate Jun Hong's speech. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator Kenny Chia. Hi, Jun Hong, fellow Toastmasters. I must say, today's speech about annual club realignment, I have to say this is a very complex topic that you deliver today. And at the same time, you managed to deliver it well. And kudos to you on that. First thing first, what I like about your speech is that the style that you use to deliver this annual club realignment topics. You use informative style to deliver regarding about what is club realignment, what is the procedural aspect of it, what is the challenges and the struggle about it. And every aspect of it is well defined and well explained in your speech. This is one of the strengths of choosing the suitable style for a specific topics, especially when the topic is very technical and you manage to deliver this type of technically complex topics in a very calming delivery way. And this will make sure that everyone will understand what is a club realignment and what is the plan that you try to lay out. And because of this strength, you manage to complete the purpose of your speech and you don't not compromise it at all. Since you are doing so good on that, I would love to challenge you to enhance your speech. I would say in delivering or developing a plan, especially toward the changes, it is good to identify you as yourself about what is your point of view. And when I say about point of view, this will create a few questions. For example, what positions that are you in now? Are you a Toastmaster member? Are you playing a role in your club? Or are you an area director or division director? Because when you know where is your position, you would know what is your capacity and you would know what is the role that you will play in this realignment. Because different positions capacity in the plan that you outline. This is important when a different plan should cater to different type of risks. And to cater to different type of risks, you must know what the capacity you have currently. And this will help us to understand your point of view regarding the topic. It is interesting how direct your topic is, annual club realignment, and I would love for you to explore on maybe making it a bit clear on the premise. For example, I love when you say the quote, change is a constant. Maybe that might be a good point to create an interesting title to us. All in all, when you use the correct style, you understand the role that you play, and the topic, the selection of the topics is very crucial to deliver a good speech. And that's all from me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. Yes, I fully concur. If I can just add on and supplement what you've said, I think how Jun Hong can bring this speech to another level is, I think, to provide a little bit more context. I believe some of you here may not know that Junho is Division W Director. So if you had explained that in the beginning of your speech, that you are the Division W Director and how many clubs are under you, the people that you're managing, it gives a greater clarity, right? Where you're coming from. Because actually your speech definitely fulfills the project purpose. Very detailed. A lot of things I've learned from you today. But what I would like is that for you to personalize it even more by bringing in your own personal journey, your own personal struggles, what you actually went through. And that will actually bring us on a journey. And in fact, it might even inspire some of us to even volunteer to be division director next term. Who knows, right? Okay, now let's move on to the next evaluator. May I invite Kun Yet to evaluate Qian's role as the topics master earlier under the active listening project. Over to you, Kun Yet.
Thank you, G. Hi, Chenny and fellow Toastmasters. Congratulations, Chenny, for doing. I think it's your first time as a table topic master, right?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Then I think you are doing a very great job for that as a table topic masters. Because I feel that when you prepare your title for table topic master, it's very neat and interesting, and it's very easy to understand for the speakers, so that the speaker will not use too many times for them to digest and rephrase what they want to speak. Second thing is about, I think you are a very good listener and you can catch all the points that the speakers deliver during their speech. And you summarize the point from each speakers without giving any judgment on your personal opinion, views on it. I think it's a good point as an active listeners. The third point I am impressive on your as a table topic master is that I think when you start your table topic sessions, you ask everyone to react to you if there's no rules during this meeting. I think it's a good way so that everyone's knowing knowing who are not available for table topic session. I think this is a very good point for a table topic master for me. And then for a few points, I feel that maybe, in my opinion, you can improve is that I feel that your pace for explaining the titles or giving the titles to the speaker is a bit too fast. Because sometimes I can't catch what is the titles that you are trying to deliver to the speakers. But because you have prepared a slide, I think it's where the speaker knows what the title is. Second thing is that I think sometimes although the speakers have the roles during their meetings, they also can involve in the table topic sessions. Instead of some people who are in a critical role such as timers, other of them I think it's okay to involve in the table topic session as a speakers. And then I would like to say that maybe in futures, when concluding a speech of the speakers, instead of without judgment, maybe you can involve some empathize or interest in their speech, so that like their speech is very interesting. Maybe they can deliver more in futures. All in all, I think you are very good listeners as a table topic masters. However, maybe your pace of active during the title maybe can be a little bit slower. Thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you, Kun Yet, for the very detailed evaluation on the table topics master role. Jenny, I thought you did a very good job. Okay, I love your table topic session. And to be frank, if I were to evaluate you, I would have hardly any area for improvement. In fact, you'll be considered nitpicking, because I thought overall you did very well. You explained the purpose, the topics were well prepared in line with the theme, you had reflections of each speaker after each speaker has spoken. And I think there is a purpose of targeting members without a role, right? But of course, we can always leave it open. Whoever who wants to volunteer, they can volunteer. Overall, I thought you were very encouraging, and you even keep track of the time to make sure that you don't go over time, right? So overall, very, very good job. Okay. Now, I believe according to the agenda, we have an open evaluation. Am I right? So perhaps I can open up to the floor for anyone to just give any general comments on any of the speeches so far. If anyone wants to say anything. Yeah, I'll just pause here for a short while.
I saw Elysia is raising hand, is it?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't see. Okay, Elysia, you want to say something?
Yes, to be fair to Jun Hong, I think none of you have focused on rightly on the objective. In his speech is about the plan, the plan making the change. So if you tell, because I think he have done a good job, just that he needs more acknowledgement if the both of you three understand the plan. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much. No, definitely he met the project purpose. I agree with you. I really like his speech.
May I?
Yes, Saiful.
Okay, when you do a pathway project, the purpose of the project is important because this is where the learning coming from. For example, when you're looking at the Johan project, I say Johan because he's future district director and so have to be tough on him lah. When you're talking about planning for changes, because I've done the project before, you need to explain to us why the changes is needed to be done. One, what's impact on you when you want to implement the project? And the most important things right now, you have to ensure us why the change need to be done. And that is what the planning all about. Because it's just overall, you go straight away. That's why I say it's more like this DECM, District Executive Community Meeting report. So you have to more on that part because this is speaking. And on one more thing, I think for who's the inspiring tadi? Elven. For Elven, when you do this project to inspire your audience, it's not talking about yourself because you have to remember something. This is a very good quote that I learned. To share your success to impress, share your struggle to inspire. Meaning that if you want to inspire people, you have to show the struggle. Why you need the struggle, then you become inspired. Because if you're just showing the success, you are trying to impress us. Oh, I done a good job. This is what you do. This is what I can. And you do not inspire, you just inform us. So the key of any inspiring speech is to share your success to impress, but share your struggle to inspire. Thank you. Back to you, Kenny.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Saiful. Okay, I think we're running a little bit behind time. Maybe we can just invite one more comment, if anyone has any comments. Okay, if there is none, now we have completed the evaluation round, and let's move on to the technical reports. First, let me invite our language evaluator for the day, Zhi Jun. Over to you.
Wait a second. Hello everyone, here's my Grammarian report. Wait, the screen is still sharing. Never mind. While waiting for the screen sharing, I just announced who speak the word of the day today. Ikhtifar once, Saiful 6 times, Qian 3 times, Elysia 1 time, Shin 1 time, Hoon 1 time, Harshini 1 time. And the champion of the word of the day today is Saiful. Because also it's also because his table topics today is, I remember it's got a word with the word compromise. So he got the chance to talk 6 times compromise during his speech. And then today's speaker is quite good and I can't capture any corrections, but I have captured a lot of good selection of words and sentences. Toastmaster Saiful, he talked about someone have a big win, someone have a small win. And also a healthy compromise, we can accept other weakness as they have and tolerate. Toastmaster Elysia, she talked about imposing. Imposing means grand and impressive in appearance. Something with a grand appearance. And also to be flexible, let go and life is easy. And also prioritize the relationship, not the outcome. Toastmaster Oi Wah, she talked about we favor the relationship. We can make the wonders. Toastmaster Shin, she talked about, she used the word magically in her sentence, like didn't magically make me more social. And also Shin talked about navigate. Navigate means plan and direct something. Toastmaster Hoon, she talked about be determined to continue one more step to the success. Every step starts with initial struggle. No challenge is too big, and no goal is out of reach. Toastmaster Hoon also talked about the word resonate. Resonate means feeling of true or God meaning. Toastmaster Elven, he talked about when something truly matters to you, you will find yourself working hard for it. And also throughout my journey, I adopted a mindset of preserving through challenge while striving for ambitious terms. Toastmaster Jun Hong, he talked about some good selection of words. For example, inbuilt. Inbuilt means the something already existing. Realignment. Realignment means to change or to restore something or reset something. Cohesive. Cohesive means to connect, to fit together. And also always welcome new relationship. Toastmaster Oi Wah again, she talked about compliment. Compliment means add on. Anecdote. Anecdote means a short, interesting story. Dramatic pause. And also I like about the phrase Toastmaster I want to talk about is congratulations on the job well done. It's very useful for, especially you are an evaluator, and if you want to congratulate your speaker for completing a project or completing a speech, you can use this sentence, congratulations on the job well done, to motivate the speaker. Lastly, Toastmaster Xiang, he talked about notable strength, and notable means about illustrious, and also something to have to really need to take note about. That's all from my report, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Wow, thank you so much, Zhi Jun. That was a very, very detailed report. And I think you have really attentive and amazing listening skills. So thank you for presenting this very professional report. I don't think I have any area for improvement for this fantastic report. Okay, so let's move on. Now, may I invite our R counter, Mohamed Ikhtifar, to present your R counter report. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for the kind introduction. Now, for my R counter, I've been spending 2 hours listening to everyone, and this is my report. Firstly, our Toastmasters of the day, Nazirah, you have about 6 pause fillers. Zhi Jun, you have 3 R's. Shin, you have 2 erms. Oi Wah, 1 that I heard of. Kenny, you had a repeated of I, right, 2 erms and 1 R. Xiang, you repeated the word allow us twice. Oli, you had 2 erms, and Kushairi, you had 2 erms, and Harshini, you have 1 and 1 so. Yeah, that's it for me tonight. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Ikhtifar. Okay, I thought overall it was great. You were very attentive, and thank you for presenting your report. So probably the only thing is, were there any speakers without any pause fillers? You may wish to highlight and congratulate them as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next technical role player, the timer. May I invite Yasmine to present your timer's report?
Hello, everyone. Allow me to share my screen. Okay. All right, here's my timer's report. Meeting started at 8:02 and ASAA took 21 seconds for the house rule. President Zhi Jun, for her welcoming address, she took 3 minutes 17 seconds. TME Nazirah took 12 minutes 31 seconds. For the table topic speakers, oops, sorry, wrong name. Saiful took 1 minute 41 seconds. Elysia took 2 minutes 3 seconds. And Oi Wah took 2 minutes 40 seconds. So everyone spoke within time except for Oi Wah. For project speakers, Shin took 5 minutes 9 seconds. Hoon took 6 minutes 14 seconds. Elven took 7 minutes 20 seconds. And Junhong took 7 minutes 34 seconds. Everyone spoke within time except for Junhong. And we took a break at 9:14 and we came back around 9:17 p.m. Table topics evaluator, Harshini took 4 minutes 47 seconds. For the evaluators today, our first evaluator, Oi Wah, took 4 minutes 3 seconds. Xiang took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Oli took 3 minutes 35 seconds. Kushairi took 3 minutes 39 seconds. And Kunyet took 3 minutes 19 seconds. So here we can see that Xiang and Kunyet spoke within time while the rest didn't. Okay. And for the open evaluation, we took a total of 2 minutes 32 seconds. Grammarian Zhi Jun took 4 minutes 23 seconds. Our counter Ikhtifar took 51 seconds, and myself, I took 2 minutes 7 seconds. That's all from me. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Yasmine, for keeping us on track in terms of our time management. Actually, we are a little bit behind time, but it's okay. I think probably the only feedback I have is, I think most of the time I couldn't see you. So maybe you can put your hands up, right? So that your box will be moved to the first box so that everyone can see you and timer is visible at all times. Okay, now it's time for my general evaluators report. I'll keep it brief, okay, taking cognizance of time. Now, I'm very honored to serve as GE for this joint meeting because I have been a guest of both clubs in the past, right? So as GE, I always plan to give feedback and value to both clubs. So let's start based on the agenda. Okay, Chenny as the ASAA. Okay, you explained the rules well. Okay, basically you invited us to turn on our videos throughout the entire meeting. Now, what you can do, perhaps to consider in the future, is to also explain, right? I think for online meetings, there are actually a few other house rules that you can elaborate on. For example, no mention of sensitive topics during the entire meeting, such as sex, religion, and politics. And if you do have a slide to show the house rules, it will be even clearer for the audience. Okay. Now moving on to Zhi Jun for the presidential opening. Now overall, I really love your opening speech. Right, it was very positive, it was vibrant, and you shared with us a personal story about the theme, Meet Me Halfway. And you related it back to the joint meetings that both your clubs have had over the past few years, 3 times. One area for improvement that you can consider is that perhaps, usually for the president, you will, what I usually see during Toastmasters meetings is that you will acknowledge guests who are in attendance. So perhaps members who are not members of MAICSA or Toastmasters Club, you can acknowledge them, their presence. I say I would like to welcome all the external Toastmasters from other clubs, such as this from which club, right? So everyone feels very welcome. Yeah. Now, moving on to Toastmaster of the evening, Nazirah. Now, I personally thought that you really nailed your Toastmaster of the evening role. It was really well done, okay? You had very good high energy, right? Your vocal variety was very strong and on point. You covered all the things that you needed to cover. Toastmasters history, the club history. You even shared a relatable story on the theme. You introduced the role players, the meeting structure, and there was also transitions, smooth transitions between the speakers. So I thought overall, you really handled the whole meeting masterfully, right? Well done to you. Okay, those topics master I've already covered. Now let's just jump straight into what I love about this meeting. Now, before this meeting, there was a WhatsApp blast and poster that was shared to multiple group chats earlier today, right? So I thought that was good to create awareness that there's this joint meeting. And today, the attendance is actually very healthy at 26 in attendance today. The link tree was also shared earlier today. It was very complete. Agenda, meeting link, role player kit. My humble suggestion is for the agenda to be prepared at least 1 day in advance. Okay, why this is important is so that for me, normally as a general evaluator, I like to read up the project manual before I attend the meeting so that I know whether the speaker has actually fulfilled the project purpose or not. Fortunately for this meeting, I'm familiar with all the projects except for managing change, which I managed to read before the meeting started. The Zoom virtual room was set up on time. Okay, I came in and I was admitted into the room 15 minutes before. Great. Member engagement was great. Everyone was happy, chatting, lively. Overall, the timeliness was good. Okay, we are running a little bit behind time, but that's okay. Okay, there was lots of engagement. The chat was very active. Okay, I couldn't follow because I'm paying attention to the speakers most of the time. Okay, and I really loved this meeting. Okay, I thought that all the role players did their job very, very well. And I love all the speeches, right? I learned a lot from this meeting and I learned a lot from all the speeches presented. So going forward, I will also know what to do when I attempt these project speeches for myself. Not to be understated, I like that the group photo was taken in the middle of the meeting instead of the end, right? Because during the middle of the meeting, most people are still in attendance. Towards the end of the meeting, people will start to drop off to do other things. Now, what can be improved? Very, very minor stuff, okay? But let me just highlight what I noticed in the agenda. The agenda is complete, right? With the relevant information. I have a few suggestions. Now, because this is a joint meeting, and because external Toastmasters may not be familiar with the people in both clubs, may I suggest that you include the club names as well, behind each role player's names. Okay, even though you're part of MAICSA or UM, include the club name as well. And because on page 3 of your agenda, you have a lot of space, include as well the exco details for both clubs. Because I don't know who is the president, the VPE, the VPM, and so forth for both clubs. Yeah, by including the agenda, I am at least aware, right? You may also wish to include links to your social media accounts in the agenda as well, and Toastmasters general information. Now, I do understand why there's a joint meeting, okay? Because I'm just speculating it's because of the District 51 Club Quality Campaign Program. Am I right? Now, I personally felt that it may be a slight missed opportunity because you could have actually killed 2 birds with 1 stone by making this meeting a team meeting as well, right? So having a joint meeting plus a team meeting, you actually fulfill 2 criteria in the club quality campaign. So a team meeting could be as simple as asking everyone to come dressed in a certain color so that everyone is dressed in, I don't know, Ramadan month, green color, example. Then you can have like a background, all the same background, for example. So you can actually have a team meeting as well, even though it's on online setting. And other than that, I actually have nothing else to say because I thought overall the meeting was very well run. I really enjoyed this meeting. And thank you for having me as your general evaluator. I hope to visit all of you again very soon. Thank you very much. I pass the control back to TME. Nazirah.
Thank you very much, Kenny, our general evaluator. I think that was a very whole sum of evaluation that you have provided to us. So thank you very much, Kenny, for your making up your time to come to this meeting to be our January evaluator. We are very honored to have you today. So before that, because we have yet to vote for the best table topic speakers, and also best evaluator. So with that, may I invite our ASAA to actually launch the polls? Okay, please vote for your best table topic speakers. We have Saiful, Elysia, and Oi Wah today. So please vote for your best table topic speaker for today's meeting. All right, we are vote me. Okay, don't vote. All right, please vote for your best table topic speaker. One that captured your heart, the one that you remembered their speech. All right, okay. Can we launch for the best speaker, Jenny? All right, for best speaker. So we have Shin delivering her icebreaker speech, Journey as an Introvert. We have Hoon, One at a Time. Elven, Relentless Pursuit, Defying Odds, and Zhi Jun Annual Club Realignment. So choose for your best speaker. Okay, actually while waiting, okay, bye Ikhtifar. While waiting for another poll to be launched by our ASAA, may I invite anyone in this meeting room today for announcement? So anyone who would like to make an announcement?
Perhaps UMTMC, but wait for me first. I want to vote for the evaluator.
Okay, please vote for.
I have one too.
Okay, then Junhong, you would like to start?
Okay, sure, no problem. Hi everyone, as you know, is just left with one more contest for Division W, which is the Division W International Speech and Evaluation Contest to be held on the 22nd of March, 2025. It's a Saturday, don't worry. Just one bad news, no foods and refreshments will be served because this is a sign of respect to our Muslim brothers and sisters. Since they are fasting, let's try to fast that day as well. Okay, the second thing is the venue for this term will be in Sasana Kijang, Bang, Negara, Malaysia. So it will be an auditorium fitting for around more than 100 people. Stay tuned for the link because it will be exclusively for Division W members to register first, as we will give the priority access to our own members before opening to the other members. So if you would like to have the access, sign up in any Division W clubs to have this granting access. So that's all from me. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Junhong. So you heard Junhong. So those who are interested to actually visit and witness the contest, please register yourself because it's first come, first serve lah, I consider, for District 51, Division W, right? Okay. All right. Zhi Jun, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Just to announce something to UMTMC members about our upcoming meeting. 10 March, we are having our open evaluation. Our theme is open evaluation, and then to encourage like our members and guests to evaluate, and also let those who haven't done the evaluator project to complete their project on the day of the session as well. So I would like to strongly recommend those only for UMTMC members benefit. If you haven't completed the level 1 evaluation and feedback evaluator speech, you can participate in the open evaluation session to evaluate the test speaker, and then we will count you as completing this project. And we will have our meetings on 17 March, 24th March online due to the due to the university announcement that many of the faculty were doing hybrid or online before the Raya. And then we will resume physical meeting on 7 April after the Raya holiday. And then for UMTMC members, don't forget to renew your membership. I think I already sent the QR code to you all, and remember to renew. And then you'll get a desk food stand. And that's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster of Evening.
Thank you very much, Zhi Jun. So for your UMTMC members, please remember your president's call to actually sign up for the evaluation opportunity to complete your projects, and also to actually renew your membership, and you stand a chance to win a Dex phone stand. Yes. Same goes to MAICSA Toastmasters Club. Please don't forget to renew your membership, and you also will have a chance to get the desk phone stand. So thank you very much. So is there any other announcement? If no, I would like to share my screen because we would like to announce the best role players for today's meeting. Okay. Okay, everyone. So please unmute your mic. Unmute yourself, okay? And make some noise. So everyone, the best table topic speaker for today's meeting between University Malaya Toastmasters Club and MAICSA Toastmasters Club goes to, is it UMTMC members or is it MAICSA member? Is it non-UM and MAICSA members? The best table topic speakers goes to Saiful Ikram Selamat. Woo!
Yay! I asked you don't vote for me, but I still win.
Yeah, you deserve to win. Okay, Chenny, could you take a photo yourself and also Saiful? Or perhaps Zhi Jun together?
That's what we call reverse psychology.
Yeah. Okay. I hope somebody is working on it. Okay, right. Congrats, Saiful. So it's not from UM, it's not from MAICSA, it's from Shah Alam.
Yes.
All right. Jenny, are you done? Or are you having some issues? Or no, Jenny?
Wait lah. One more. Sorry.
Okay.
Yo.
Susah tak gambar Encik Saiful ni?
Itulah dia.
Aduh.
Jarang menang macam ni lah.
Need to be displayed for a long time. Okay, so everybody please appreciate this moment. All right. Okay. Jenny, okay?
Okay.
I hope she's doing fine. Okay.
All
Alright.
right.
Perhaps let's move on to next award, which is the best speaker. So tonight we are fortunate to have 4 speakers, two delivering level 1, 1 delivering level 3, 1 delivering level 4, high level projects. So everyone, who is your best speaker for today? Drum roll. I don't know whether you can hear me or not, but the best table topic speaker, the best speaker for UMTMC and MAICSA Toastmasters Club joint meeting goes to Icebreaker Speech.
I vote for her.
Oh,
Claim.
Well done, Shin.
This is an encouragement for you to continue doing your speeches. Start more speeches.
Yeah.
Be
We introvert have to be together.
Introvert. Let's huddle, you know. Okay, can somebody spotlight Shin or like snap her photo? Shin, are you still here? Shin? Oh, has she left the meeting?
Oh, so sorry, my camera has some problem.
Oh no, but it's okay. Maybe just like that. Okay, image. Okay, thank you very much, Shin. Congratulations to you. You did very well. Okay, now best evaluator for today's meeting. We have 5 evaluators, Leong Oi Wah, Xiang, Oli, Mohamed Kusairi, and Hoon. So many evaluators. I hope they still remember what they evaluated. So who was voted as the best evaluator? So let's see. Best evaluator for today's meeting goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Leong Oi Wah.
Hey,
Congratulations.
congratulations. Overtime disqualified.
Yeah, lah. I'm not disqualified.
Only here at this meeting. In contest, disqualified. Okay. Jenny, need your help. One, two, three. I hope everything is
Okay, done.
okay.
Thank you.
So last but not least, a certificate of appreciation to our general evaluator, Chia, from Afin Toastmasters Club.
Oh, this one champion speaker.
Champion.
Champion speaker, champion evaluator.
Champion of champion.
Yeah.
All right. Jenny, are you taking the photo with Kenny? Where's Kenny? I cannot see Kenny. Okay, I hope everything is good and fine. So with that, thank you very much.
Wait, hold on. 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay, all right.
Ayo.
Okay, Kenny, smile.
Wow. Too handsome Kenny.
To catch up already.
Itulah dia.
Okay. Okay, 3 seconds has passed, Jenny. Okay, all right. I believe it's all good. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this meeting as much as I enjoyed myself as the Toastmaster of the evening. I will not waste any more time and hand over the control to Vice President of Education, Chenny, for closing address. Over to you, Chenny.
Thank you, Nazirah. We're over time. I'll make this really, really quick. So first of all, I would like to thank Nazirah for picking such but
Chenny, is it me or?
it's meaning the but many of us tend to think of compromise as a bad thing, like we are getting the short end of the stick. But honestly, I think it's about self-fulfillment. It's about how you perceive things. If you think that thing it's negative, it'll be negative. If you think it positive, then the outcome will be positive. It's a concept that we encounter in our everyday lives, but we never really pay adequate amount of attention to it until we need to make big decisions. And when we feel lost, we think that, oh, we are compromising. But actually, we compromise on a lot of things. It's like us. We can either attend a Toastmasters meeting or we can either scroll TikTok on our bed, right? Or we choose to attend a Toastmasters meeting. But the take-home message for today, which I would like to tell everyone, is that when it comes to compromise, more often than not, I believe that relationship matters more than the outcome. The world is actually very small. And if you think you win an argument, life is great. But I would like to beg to differ. That's all from me. And I shall adjourn this meeting. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night's rest.